Hello everyone, welcome to another vlog video. My name is The Star. I am The Star Crochet and I make and sell crochet and knit gifts for everyone. On this episode I just go over every day's worth of projects that I work on craft-wise, like knitting, crochet, and cross stitch, and I show just how far I've gone along on every project that I work on each day. So it is right now June the 18th, 2026, and I have 3 works in progresses to show you guys. Let's start with the sock, hand knitting sock. The last time I showed you guys this sock, on the last episode with the last vlog entry, I was about up to here, and this is what I have so far right now. So I have the cuff is complete, and then I'm working on this heel right now, and then after the heel is the heel flap, and then the gusset, and then the foot, and then the toe. So I have right now the cuff, well, this is the heel color, but the cuff was all like the blue, and it's from Hobby, and it is, I think it's called like Friends or something like that, and it's the sock weight, and this is the same thing, you know, it's like a Christmas color pack that I got last year sometime, or I think early this year, I can't remember. But this is the part that I'm going to use for the heel flap, and the toe, and then I will show you guys later when I get to the foot section what I'll use for that. So that is the first work in progress, and then my second work in progress, here we go. My second work in progress is another knitting project, and it is this sweater. It is an adult sweater, size medium or large, and this is what it looks like so far. And then this is the back, so it can be the front or the back, but once I put the star on the center and the top, it'll show which is the front by the star facing forward. I am on this part right here where I have to make this, I believe, 12 inches away from the armhole, because this is an armhole right here, and then on the other side this is, let's see, where is it at? This is another armhole. Where are you? Okay, here you go. Another armhole right here. And after I finish the 12 inches from the sleeve, I'm at about 4 inches, 5 inches right now, so I have a little ways to go. I am done with the increasing, but once I get to the bottom of the 12 inches away from the armholes, I will then need to do like a ribbing on the bottom to make it just a little bit tighter, like I did with the collar area right here. It's ribbed. You see how that looks? And then with the pattern I'm using, it's a raglan sweater, so I like to call it a vanilla sweater because it's just all the knit stitch other than the ribbing on the top. With the yarn that I am using on this portion right here, the colorful portion, I am using this yarn, Red Heart, from Yarn Inspirations. It used to be just Red Heart as the company, but I think Yarn Inspirations bought out Red Heart, and so that's why they have, because back in my day, you would be able to type redheart.com and then it would show this without directing you to yarninspirations.com. And there used to be, you know, a whole bunch of Red Heart yarn, but now it's all on yarninspirations.com. So I have that skein that I'm using for the top, the type of yarn, and then for the bottom I'm using this type of yarn right here. It is the Skein Tones from Lion Brand, and the colorway is called Peachy. This is the last of the peachy colorway that I am using for the Skein Tones, so I might need to add a different kind of Skein Tones or just a different color to this sweater, especially when I get to the bottom, if I don't if I'm not able to use all of this and still not have at the very bottom of the torso. So that is my second work in progress. And then my third work in progress is, okay, here we go. I was looking around like, where did I put it? My third and last work in progress is this cross stitch right here. I have this much completed already. And the last time I left you guys off, I was about right here. Somewhere right here where I had all of this completed. But now I have this part completed right here. And this is a cross stitch. So this is what it looks like. This is a stamped cross stitch. And it's targeted towards beginners, but I'm not a beginner whatsoever with cross stitch, and I feel like it's okay to use a stamped cross stitch, because every time I don't use a stamped cross stitch and I just use the pattern that is beside me, I always miss stitches when it comes to like doing a color at a time. I always mess up somehow, so when it's stamped like this, I don't mess up. And that is it for today. It is now June 21st, 2026, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there that are watching this video. I do have an update. I trimmed my bangs. It was getting too long, like it was like right here on me, a little bit like below my eyes, and so I just had to trim them again because I like having bangs. I like the way they look and everything. And I do have two updates for you guys. I first want to talk about the knitting update that I have. I had to switch circulars on this project. I'll show you guys the project first before I get into the details. So here is the front, and then I'm almost complete with the torso. I just have that much left, and so I have like about an inch left. And here is the back. It's the same thing, same colors, same way it's placed. Yeah, let's talk about the circulars. So I'm using metal circulars right now, as you can see. And I had to switch to these because I was working on wooden circulars, but this happened. So I was just like, oh no, because I was out, I just got back home from family time in Charlotte, and I went to Carowinds yesterday, and so it's an amusement park in Charlotte, North Carolina. And on the way back home from, or not home, but on the way back to my sister's house from Carowinds, I was knitting with these circulars, this specific project, and I was just, knitting along as her and I were talking on the way back, and then all of a sudden this snapped, and I was like, no! So then I had to only work with the cross stitch for the remainder of my time there, and that happened yesterday. And so we just got back home from the road trip today, and as soon as I got home I was able to switch the circulars onto these metal ones. And then on Amazon I bought interchangeable knitting needles that are metal, so no more wooden knitting needles. And the interchangeable needles come with multiple different sizes, and it's like a floral kind of design. It's really cool. I'll have to show you guys once I get it, of course. And I also want to say thank you for 30,000 subscribers. It took a long time for me to get that amount, but I'm very thankful. And I'm just very, very thankful. So thank you, everybody. So I have the knitting project that I showed you guys, and now I have the cross stitch project to show you guys. Sorry, it bothers me when my bangs don't look that good. There we go. Yes, the cross stitch I have to show you guys. And I've only worked on, my whole time there, my whole time back, I've only worked on the knitting of the sweater, the adult sweater, and then the cross stitch. And so I want to show you guys this. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I've gotten pretty far on it so far. All the black right here. I'm still on this color right here, the hot pink. but here is what I have so far, and where I'm at is right there. Right here is where I'm at. The needle that you can see, if you can see it. And I like working on this, but I like the knitting better. And if I were to be able to get more sales, hopefully this weekend at the farmer's market, I will be able to crochet, which I love more than knitting. So hopefully I make a lot of sales, because I will be at the farmer's market this weekend. Hopefully the weather will be okay. And I should do pretty good, hopefully. But anyway, that is the updates that I have for today. It is now June 23rd, 2026, and I have my hair in a braid right now. Anyway, this box right here that I have on the floor, that is a new box of yarn, and I'll get to it once I receive the second box of yarn of my total purchase of yarn. And so I'll do that probably for next week's video. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I have 3 works in progresses to show you guys and 0 finished objects still, but that's okay. I have gotten further on this, it's upside down. I've gotten further on this sweater, and it is the size, I want to say this one right here will be a size large, extra large, probably. But anyway, I have the bottom of the torso complete, as you can see right here. And I have the ribbing complete as well. I can show you guys up close. And so I also have part of the sleeve complete, not all of it though. And here's what it looks like so far. And I have the stitch markers on the bottom to represent how far I'm going. And for the sleeves, I do about 109 rows, and then I do 2 inches of ribbing afterwards. So that'll complete the cuff, or that'll create the cuff. And the reason why there's like a little difference in the colors, like why you see this peachy color right here and then the gold, and why you see gold right after the rainbow, is because I ran out of the peachy yarn. So that I just have the gold to work with. And so I actually ran out of the gold right here, and I am about to use a new color. I'm going to use this color for the remainder of the sleeve and then the cuff as well, and possibly the star for the front and center of where this rainbow yoke right here. So I'll probably paste the star probably like right here. And then I also have the second sleeve to go. But that is it for my knitting work in progress on the circulars. I also have another knitting work in progress of the sock. I was able to do another hour of this, and this is a woman's sock size medium. The first sock, and so this is how far I am so far. And so this is going to be the foot section, of course, but then when it gets to the toe section, I'm going to use this color right here. And I still have a little ways to go. I have about 64 rounds total with this color right here, and then when it gets to the end of it, then I'll do this color, which is like about 9 or 10 of the decreased rows to make the toe. And then I'm complete with that sock. And then the final work in progress I have is this cross stitch. This is how far I am. Last time I left you guys, I was about right here. So I didn't do that much of a cross stitch, but that's okay. And this is what it looks like. The reason why I don't have any crochet works in progresses or crochet finished objects is because I have not been able to crochet much lately at all, because I will be going back to the market this weekend, by the way, and hopefully I make a bunch of sales so that way I have a reason to crochet again. And that way I can make more stuffed animals and then repeat the cycle of buying more yarn for the stuffed animals, crocheting the stuffed animals, and then selling the stuffed animals, and then going back to buying yarn for more stuffed animals. So I'm very excited about that. I did get some sunburn, so I did tan a little bit. I mean, typically I burn and then I peel and then I'm back to white, but I haven't peeled yet. I was out in Charlotte with my family during the Father's Day weekend, and I went to Carowinds, and so I thought that was pretty fun. But I burnt pretty well. As you can see right here on my shoulder. And you can see like a little tan line right here. But anyway, that's what I have for today. It is now June 24th, 2026, and that is the end of this video for this vlog episode. I do want to show one work in progress that I have been working on, the knitting. Let's start with this. I finished the sleeve, the first sleeve, and this is what it looks like. It's pretty large. That's why I'm saying, and you can see the stitch markers on the bottom, but that's why I'm saying that I want this to possibly be a size extra large or a large in between those. And I am working on the second sleeve right here. I already started with this rainbow color from Red Heart, and then I will follow the same as I did with the sleeve, or then I'll go to the gold next and then the yellow afterwards and complete the yellow. And that is it. If you have made it this far in the video, please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell so you're always notified of all the videos I make. Like this video if you liked this video. Also check out my website, thestarcrochetshop.com. It is linked in the description box below. Also check out my social media such as TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and my Patreon is $5.55 a month per person. You get exclusive perks such as yarn haul videos, post and updates, early access videos, member shoutouts on every YouTube video, in the description box of every video. And thank you for watching, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!